The coffee shop smelled like cinnamon and freshly baked bread, but the moment the bell over the entrance chimed, the air changed. Emily was wiping the counter when three boys in varsity jackets barged in laughing loudly, bumping chairs and tables as if the world belonged to them. She forced a polite smile like she always did, because tips paid rent, tips kept her mother's medicine stocked. Tips were the only reason she could survive. She didn't know the man in the corner booth was watching, silent, steady, and his dog lying calmly at his feet had ears that twitched every time the laughter turned cruel. No one knew the stranger's past, no one knew the dog's training, and no one expected what would happen next. Emily Alvarez had been working at Harbor Café for 7 months. It wasn't glamorous, but it was honest. She'd wake before sunrise, help her mother get dressed, check her blood sugar, make breakfast, toast and sometimes eggs if they had enough, then bike 5 miles to work. She was 22, old enough to carry responsibilities but young enough to feel like the world should still be gentler. The cafe was her second home. The regulars, Mrs. Callahan with her silver curls, the newlywed couple whose hands never parted, the tired delivery driver who tipped in coins. They knew her smile and her kindness. They didn't know her pain. But some people didn't come for coffee. Some came for dominance. Caleb Jennings, captain of the basketball team, had swagger that came from cruelty. His two shadows, Blake and Connor, followed him like vultures. They called her waitress girl, cheap latte, budget beauty. Emily never fought back. She couldn't afford to lose her job, not with medical bills waiting at home. "Yo, Emily!" Caleb whistled as they sat in their usual booth. Emily approached with her notebook, heart hammering. "What can I get you?" He leaned back, smirking. "How about you get me your number instead of a latte?" His friends laughed. Emily whispered, "Just the order, please." He sneered at her refusal, but she held her ground. Just a job, just 3 kids, until the cups arrived. They pushed everything too far. Blake accidentally bumped his elbow, sending a stream of dark coffee across the table and onto Emily's apron. "Oops," he said. "Maybe try walking straight next time." Connor filmed with his phone, whispering jokes. Emily turned around to get napkins, but Caleb grabbed her wrist. "Clean it with your tongue," he taunted. She froze. People watched, and yet no one moved. Quiet always felt safer. The man in the corner booth, the one with the faded navy blue hoodie and stubble, lifted his gaze from the window. His dog, a tan Belgian Malinois, shifted position, eyes sharp like blades. Emily swallowed her fear. "Let go of me, now." Caleb did not. He squeezed harder, the way bullies do when they smell weakness. "Caleb," Blake said, nudging him, "the dog's looking at you. But bullies don't fear dogs. They don't fear anyone who doesn't wear a uniform or a badge." The cup still had steam rising. Caleb lifted it. Emily didn't even have time to plead. Hot coffee poured down her arm and across her stomach. She gasped, skin seared, breath left her chest. She stumbled backward, apron soaked, arms trembling. And that was the moment something in the cafe moved that felt wrong. The man in the corner stood. He didn't shout, he didn't rush. He simply walked, slow and certain, the dog following like a shadow. "Let her go," he said. Caleb turned, half amused. "Who the hell are you?" The stranger didn't blink. His eyes were the kind that had seen deserts and war and nights where comrades never returned. But he only said 4 words, someone who teaches respect. The dog sat beside him, tense, not a bark, not a growl, waiting. Caleb scoffed. "You gonna make me?" "What you do next decides that," the man answered. Emily, clutching her red-hot arm, whispered, "Please, just leave them alone." The stranger shook his head. Gently. "Not today." Later, outside the cafe, she wrapped her arm in bandages as the stranger knelt beside the dog. "Thank you," she whispered. He nodded once. "You don't deserve to be hurt," she hesitated. "Who are you?" The man scratched behind the dog's ear. "Retired Navy SEAL. Name's Lucas. This is Echo." Emily's breath caught. "A service dog?" He smiled. "A partner." She stared at him, not because of the uniform he no longer wore, but because of the humanity he still carried. "Lucas," she said softly, "why help me?" He looked back at the cafe, then at her. Bullies think the world belongs to them, until someone reminds them that kindness has teeth. Emily laughed through the tears. He started walking away, Echo beside him. "Will I ever see you again?" she called. He didn't turn, but he raised 2 fingers, a silent salute. "You'll be all right," he said, and she believed him, not because he was strong, but because he taught her something she had forgotten. Kindness isn't weakness. It's a weapon in the right hands.